Hi and welcome to another pranayama video. Today we're going to do Ujjayi Pranayama, which either translates to, depending on who you're talking to and which Sanskrit translation you're looking at, warrior's breath, psychic breath, or victorious breath. The Ujjayi breath is used a lot in Ashtanga and in Vinyasa flow kind of classes. It is an awesome breath. It's the first pranayama I ever learnt when I did my first yoga video VHS. That's how old I am. And it's the one that helps me get through my practice, regardless of what I'm doing. I don't always do it, but sometimes it comes in, and it comes in when I'm meditating as well, because it's this rhythmic breath. It's also known as ocean breathing or ocean breath. All of those things are just more words, more names for what the yogis created, which was Ujjayi, depending on how it's pronounced and how you speak your Sanskrit. It is a breath that warms the body up internally, brings that cold air in, and it warms it up and sends it out. I've heard it described as breath of fire as well because of the heat that comes out. It helps bring focus. It helps bring stamina and determination to your practice. It helps connect mind, body, and spirit. It helps to soothe the nervous system. It helps to reset the systems in your body and nourish them. It helps oxygenate the body. It helps calm the mind. It's just so many benefits. I mean, all the pranayamas have epic benefits. This one has that added warming quality to it, which is a lovely breath to start with if you're starting out in the morning or a cold day. Before you do any asana, get your Ujjayi flowing. And then if you're doing really hard salutes, or you're in an Ashtanga class or a class that's challenging you, bring in that Ujjayi breath. It will center you, it will ground you, it will give you focus. How do we do Ujjayi breath? I hear you ask. Well, I'm glad you did ask. It is a gentle constriction in the back of the throat. You just kind of close the glottis at the back of the throat there. It's like you're trying to whisper to someone across the room, or you're trying to fog up a pane of glass. And the reason we don't do it with our mouth open is exactly that. The air, the cold air, hits the back of the throat. We breathe in and out through our nose in our yoga practice, unless you can't, because the nose is God's given natural filter for us to filter all the stuff out of the air. That's why we've got hairs in our nose and we've got mucus in our nose, so that all we get is clean, fresh air, as much as you can, depending on where you live, into your lungs. So the inhalation, I shouldn't have done the in and out. It's kind of cold today. Let me just warm it up with some Ujjayi. The inhalation and the exhalation comes through that the nose with the sound each time. That gentle constriction is there. When you get into the rhythm, it sounds like the waves of the ocean, hence the name ocean breathing. So, just connect into your breath for a moment. And with Ujjayi breath, we generally breathe from the abdomen and the thoracic cavity as well. The belly and the chest. You feel the belly rise, you feel the chest rise. The chest releases, the belly releases. That's a good standard place to breathe for your Ujjayi. Not that you can't use any of the other parts of our body to breathe as well. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out one of my other videos on the full yogic breath. Okay, let's do some Ujjayi. I like to do it with my eyes closed because it really brings myself into center. It lets me focus, that pratyahara, that withdrawal of the senses into me, so that I can see what's going on and check in with myself. So close your eyes. And no constriction to start off with, just get a sense of the abdominal breath, belly rising and falling. Allow that to also share itself with the chest. Chest rising and falling. Belly rises, chest falls, belly falls. Bring in your baby Darth Vader, just constricting the back of the throat slightly so that you can feel the breath. Can you hear the breath? Does it sound like the waves on the sand at the beach? Just continue with your Ujjayi breath while I talk to you. Sometimes I'm teaching a class and someone comes in with an Ujjayi practice from an Ashtanga class or another class and it's super loud because their teacher has taught them that way, or I don't know, whatever the reasoning is. Your Ujjayi breath doesn't have to be loud. We're not trying to damage our throat there. It does warm up your vocal cords. It is good for your throat, but loudness isn't. It's just maybe loud enough for maybe the person on the next mat next to you to hear. It's definitely loud enough for you to hear and to give you that peace, but you don't have to send that breath across the room to the other side. Your teacher's probably breathing louder when they demonstrate Ujjayi so that you can hear it and you get the sense of it. The person right at the back of the room wants to know what they need to hear in their own practice. But a normal, good, healthy Ujjayi breath is just loud enough for maybe the person right there to hear you, and not much more than that. You'll know when you feel comfortable. Again, as with any practice, comfort and stability is key. If you're pushing too hard, you're not practicing it. Let it guide you. Let your body guide you. Let your breath guide you. Play with it. Experiment with it. You can push it all the way out there and say, oh, okay, that's what you're talking about. I'll just bring it back in now. And you'll eventually find that place of peace and calm. It's a lovely breath to use with your Soham meditation because you can hear that breath, you can feel that breath. And just if you've kept on breathing through this whole little lecture of mine, see how you feel right now. Do you feel more relaxed, more calm? Is your nervous system switched over to rest and digest? If you've had a big meal, maybe sit in hero's pose and do some Ujjayi breathing. Great for your digestion. Thank you so much for joining me. Enjoy this amazing breath. It's one of my faves. And I'll see you again soon. Namaste.